My biases are The Bird and the Tiger. Loved it. Oh my god. Stop. Okay, I don't really know if I'm gonna add this to the end of the reaction, but just in case, I just finished watching Kpop Demon Hunters and I really, really, really enjoyed it. Like, literally had me tearing up. The last song had me tearing up. Oh my gosh, I even got goosebumps. There are so many things that I can relate to in this movie, right? The fan culture aspect of it, very, very much can relate to it. Definitely being a K-pop fan for so long really helped me like identify so many details of, like K-pop groups and, the whole industry and things like that. Because when they said that the Saja boys were going to be in a variety show, I was like, okay, yes, most definitely, because of course, groups still go to variety shows. And I remember one of the first ones I used to like really watch was Weekly Idol. And it just reminded me of like the challenges and things like that from many variety shows. But yeah, I was like just thinking about, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I became a K-pop fan, and it was just really nice. I like all the details, like, oh my god, look at the merch and the slogan, and look at them doing challenges, and look at this fan sign, which would never really happen in real life, but that's really nice. And also the ships, which came instantly. I was like, yes, most definitely, that would of course happen. And what I liked most about how they presented like K-pop fans is that it very much felt endearing. Because sometimes when things are created in which, K-pop fans are spoken about, especially like in articles I feel I've seen it the most, there's this like inclination to mock K-pop fans and belittle like their taste in K-pop, taste in music. There's a lot of times that K-pop fans are made fun of for doing things that other fandoms outside of K-pop, outside of music do, like especially when it comes to like merch and things like that, and like the excitement behind the music and going to live, events and things like that. And so while watching this, I just felt like it was just very endearing the way that they presented K-pop fans. And I really loved how like, oh my gosh, I caught so many things like fans talking about each one of the huntrix, giving us like the rundown of their stats, like their position, their personalities. I really loved that. I loved how like you can see the merch and the light sticks, fan interviews, fan signings, everybody in the concert with their light sticks, like the oceans of light sticks and all that. And I really loved how much the huntrix really cared for their fans. And it was just really nice. It was very enduring, like their genuine love and care and literally protection, right? They were literally protecting their fans from harm. And I find that to be just very, very endearing. Animation was great. This animation is so nice, so like badass. Like honestly, the colors look gorgeous. Guys, the colors, the tones, the details look so gorgeous. I love, oh my gosh, the colors are just beautiful. I love the transformations, like when we see each one of their, like the sword, the staff, and also the knives, when their weapons come out. I really love that animation. It's like out of light. Oh my gosh, just beautiful, beautiful. Especially like the fight scenes. Really, really love them. I love their exaggerated expressions, like how their faces change, especially their eyes. I really, really, really enjoy that. Like, of course, the story really has this sad psychological aspect about it, but I really appreciated how they knew where and when to put like the comedy in this whole story. And yeah, I really, really loved their expressions, especially Zoe's expression, and especially the doctor's eyes popping out. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I really, really enjoyed that. Oh my god, I can't wait to see the fan art for this movie. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. And the music, guys, I really, really like the music. Oh my gosh, the songs sound so nice. And I love how they were presented. Like, I love that as they were singing, the story continued, right? The movie continued when they're in that jet and they start singing. They're literally singing as they're fighting and like dealing with that whole situation to then, jump out of the plane and get to their fans for their concert. I really, really love that because I feel like it would have been awkward for them to just sing, like stop to sing and everything around them stop. The lyrics of these songs, I really, really liked. I just loved how the songs also continue to tell the story and continue to like give us more information about the characters and what they're feeling and like a bit of their backstory as well. And that last song where all of them are being vulnerable and accepting themselves and are becoming open to like expressing who they are, and just creating a whole new honeymoon. And I just really, really love that whole last part. And to see like the fans are all safe, singing along and all that. I was like, oh my God, everybody's okay. The girls are okay. Everything's nice. Thank you. It was just so pretty. So heartfelt, heartwarming, and endearing. Also, and this might not have been their intention, but I did feel like there were certain things about the movie that really spoke on parasocial relationships some people have with their idols, especially that song, that ending song, that saja ending song of your idol, them being your idol and people bowing down to them and like being everything that their fans need and like giving up their souls and things like that. I very much feel like that is a commentary on parasocial relationships. That song felt like a reference to how certain things in the industry are designed to enable parasocial relationships and obsessions, to like manipulate fans and feed that obsession. So, obviously to gain profit. And yeah, that last Saja Boy song, I was like, whoa, this song right here, these lyrics have a lot of truth to them. So I really appreciated that. I don't have any ships. While I was watching this movie, it just felt like Jinu, we were gonna lose Jinu. It just felt like it. But also, I would have liked it more to just be a friendship because I felt like they were each other's comfort in the sense that he can finally like speak about the situation, even though he did not say the entire truth until like this whole everything like exploded. I felt like he was very much honest and open with her with certain things. And Rumi also was the same, especially with that song that they shared towards like the ending. Oh my gosh, that was such a nice song. Again, I really liked how they used the music to move the story along and help us understand the characters, and the music really, really helped. And that song with Jinu and Rumi really helped like both of them connect and really express everything they've been feeling and everything they've been dealing with. And I really felt like there was a potential for a friendship there, and it was just really nice. Of course, people are shipping them, and that's fine if you want to do that. But I kind of would have liked them to be more friends. But of course, Jinu, in the end, he was able to free his soul and have it be part of the honeymoon, thanks to Rumi and her accepting herself as half hunter, half demon, and creating a whole new honeymoon where, that shame and that sadness, and that self-loathing she had towards herself and her origins, she could finally confide in others and accept that part of herself and then create a whole new honeymoon, with, of course, Mira and Zoe. And so through that, Jinu was also able to like let go of that greed, and sacrifice himself to protect her. And so I just felt like that was very meaningful, like that whole part, even though it's sad. But I knew, I was like, oh, he's just so trapped. Like, how the heck is this going to happen? But I'm glad that at least his soul isn't trapped with that other loser, and it's part of the honeymoon. Colors linking to like emotions, the colors of the honeymoon, the colors of like the demon markings, all like that psychological aspect to the story. I really, really enjoyed it. With Rumi, like seeing herself as a mistake and feeling shame for being half demon, half hunter, and Zoe and her family, Mira and her family. Like, you could see how their past and how their family treated them, or how they felt within their family really affected them in the end, in the sense that it was all covering up. Because even in the model that Celine taught them, it was all about, oh, don't show your weaknesses and your fears, and just like, bottle that up. But in the end, one day, everything that you've bottled up will come to the surface, and you will not only hurt yourself, but the people around you will really love and care for you. And some people lash out. Like, that's literally what happened with Rumi and Mira. And I just felt like that whole model really kept them from, it really kept them from like dealing with their past and their families, and being able to move forward in a way that was more like accepting of each other and themselves, right? Because there was a lot of insecurities about their position in their families, how their families treated them, and all that. And then all those insecurities, as they saw everything like going wrong, and all that just came back to the surface. And that's how Guima was able to like manipulate them and grab a hold of them towards the end. And I was like, I understand why Celine did it, because she was like, oh my God, I have to protect this kid whose, mom is no longer here, and I loved her mom. Obviously, she was part of the team, so they were probably best friends, sisters, etc. And so in that protection, unfortunately, she enabled that shame and that self-loathing in Rumi. And so I just felt like the motto was like, okay, let's put everything under the table. Let's bottle everything up, and we'll deal with it when we have a solution. But that does not, that doesn't always work. And I just really liked how they presented that in the story. I just really liked how in the end, everything just blew up because, of certain actions throughout the generations. Like, the overall theme really shined through in a sense, right? Like, this whole importance of giving people the space, the safety, the care to be themselves and talk about their feelings and, their sadness, their fears, just giving people the space to be vulnerable. And yeah, that's I think that's all I have to say for now. There's a lot of things in my mind that I was like, oh my God, this is so nice, oh my God, this is so cute. Especially, I've already saying especially, my biases are the bird and the tiger. The bird and the tiger. First of all, what are their names? Second of all, what's the fandom name? Third of all, I absolutely love when there are animals, like the mascots. I absolutely love when a story has mascots. And I'm telling you, that bird was so relatable, because the tiger kept doing the tiger was trying its best, right? But the tiger it was just so very cute and clumsy. And I loved how he would just look at Rumi and look at Jinu, and he was probably shipping them. If I had to pick certain words to describe this movie, I would go with fun, definitely, endearing, and heartfelt, most definitely. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'm wondering if there might be like a second movie or something, because this can totally be a series. Like, if it would have been a series, it would have probably had like more backgrounds of every character, and the animation is just so beautiful. I would have loved to see like week by week a new episode, because the animation, oh my gosh. But at the end, the tiger and the bird survived. And so I'm wondering, right? Is that like an indication of something new, like a second part to the story, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, there are demons as well, right? Unless I got that wrong. And with Rumi accepting herself as, you know, as part demon, does that mean the demons also now are able to live in harmony with those who are not? Like, especially since the Guima is gone and he was like the driving force for the violence. I wonder, right? Because the Honmoon is a whole new Honmoon, and there might be a certain harmony now where demons can coexist, and that violence has subsided. Anyway, I'm just here like thinking and rambling, because I would love there to be a second part or a series, a graphic novel. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys felt in the comments. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So yeah, thank you so very much for stopping by. See you guys soon with another video here on the channel. Bye.